It looks like both middle expansions to be fought over, but here we see Sarzoris able to establish his. Bear deciding to target Kevin here, who was going all the way around. Kevin, you could have just expanded. Kevin, wake up! Here's an expansion right here. Literally, like, right in front of you. God damn it, Kevin. But we see a bit of a Bioforce coming here, but Bear at the same time. It looks like the Terran players have kind of put together a little bit of a truce. Not on this side of the map. Alright. Now we see actually the top left fighting against that bottom left. Oh, but the backstab! The stab at the back. Rugorp has decided his teammate is too weak to live and will stab his main base directly in the face. This will allow Rugorp to expand and maybe have some more resources to work with, as Zinzin Dwarf is effectively down for the count and all but knocked out at this point. Looks like Bear's going to come around to finish the job. Alright. But Zinzin Dwarf will survive on his gold base. Looks like Rugorp gonna move to the carcass of his former teammate. It's important to like keep track of who's killing who. I'm not sure what this scan is. Looks like a scan coming from that top right corner, going on to the top left right now. The two obviously largest players, largest teams. Teams is a word I use very lightly. Oh, J6. Cloudman working together, but White coming in with a pretty dramatic force. The Roaches and the Marine Marauder are going to be more than enough to deal with these Bioforces on this side. And it looks like we definitely have a dominant quadrant of this map. Kevin has been backstabbed by Sarzoris, and it now looks like the close proximity allies will go to civil war. Oh, this Roach Bioforce is coming forward, looking for that top right quadrant right now. And Bear versus White is looking to be the team to beat. Kevin will take his vengeance on his, I actually don't know. Did Kevin start this aggression? Was this the war of Kevin aggression? Or was he just retaliating? I honestly do not know. I wasn't paying attention. But it looks like J6 and Cloudman having a tough time dealing with this Bioforce. Will either of them turn their coat? But now we see Rugorp going to work on what's left of Sarzoris. Remember, Bear, our only Masters player, finishing off Cloudman and J6. But remember, the forces of Imoy can turn their code at any time. We only see a handful of players left in that 100 supply column. Rugorp has found himself with that bottom right quadrant all to himself. Kevin has cleared out his Terran counterpart. And at the same time, it looks like White has not chosen to unally. This would be the prime opportunity to take out Bear. His entire army is across the map. This is the moment. This is the moment to strike. Bear is not there. It looks like the final command center is burning down. Oh, Sarzoris shows up with one Marauder at this base. Oh, Bear's coming back home, and it looks like the tables have been turned. He's targeting the Roaches. The Roaches have not unallied yet. Taking that opportunity, somebody might be listening to the stream. It looks like blue, and what color is that even? Like yellow-green? Light-as green. Coming together, but Bear doing the heavy lifting, but finding himself in the less than ideal position. Bear not enjoying the fact that I told his teammate to stab him in the back, but it looks like the Bioforce is going to be far too much, and Bear will not be able to bear this attack. This is lime colored? Fucking lime? But yeah, White finds himself in a very comfortable position as Bear has effectively been cleared out. But the real hero, Kevin, who has somehow found himself in a comfortable position with siege tanks, marines, marauders, and even a few upgrades here. You're all stream cheating. Don't fucking lie, alright? Anybody who has a computer good enough to stream cheat is stream cheating. That's part of the fun, alright? But somehow Zinzin Dwarf is still in the game. He's holding out for now. Bear will retreat to his last bastion. And we see Sarzoris once again forced into that nomadic position. A little bit more time will be forced to eradicate Bear, but shot not even going to take anything out. One of the last hatcheries. He's running out of drones. Bear is down for the count. Zinzin Dwarf is not dead, but he's, what is happening here? Bear had to come back home to defend, so that allowed J6 and Cloudman to get back into the game. Bear finding himself in a very, he's not happy with the situation. Let's put it that way. So. Alright, well, we'll see if Kevin, finding himself, Kevin is actually even in supply with I'm White, and I'm White does not have, oh, he has 2-2. The scans are coming out. Will the tank siege in time? If he sieges his tanks in a timely manner, we see some big scans coming out from either side. Rugorp, the real untold story over here in the bottom right-hand corner. Looking at the worker counts, not a single player going above that 40 worker count, despite Kevin being untouched for the last. Make some damn SCVs, Kevin. Actually, no, never mind. You're fine. Kevin has a history to hold up. He's at 163 supply with no alliances, right? Does he have any vision? Kevin is friends with no one. He has alienated the rest of the game. And is left for... There's a fucking island base on this map? Is this happening? Sarzoris, with 7 supply, 1 SCV, and 1 mule, will repair his command center, land on the island, and now everybody knows about it. You're fucked. Alright. But the scan the tanks will siege. Good reaction. Zinzin Dwarf will make it very difficult for anyone else to take him out of this game. Not that he's actually going to do anything, but he's here. That is an island. That's an island, right? Oh, it's not an island. That's not an island. But it looks like I'm White has decided it's time for J6 and Cloudman to die. Alright. Kevin will make sure Sarzoris has very little hope left in this game. A little bit of insult to injury after the backstab in the main base, taking out, he's been defeated, taking out his counterpart in that bottom left-hand quadrant. Kevin, once again, showing dominance in this free-for-all. And we see 1 Roach versus 176 supply, not an even fight, but Kevin finds himself at the supply lead after Arm White spends his time clearing out this top right-hand corner. This is very ambitious. What a situation we have here, as these players have been banished to the corners of the map. Kevin finishing off, fully eradicating his opponent, and we were down to really 3 great powers in this match. We see the drop coming in the back, and the backbone of this defense is concentrated in one very... Oh, but Kevin, the drop on top of the tanks is very ambitious. He's going to kill all the tanks. But at what cost? Kevin is obliterating this army. What the fuck did you just do? Oh, he threw this harder than Randy fucking Johnson. 100 supply instantly evaporates for only a dozen of Kevin's. And Kevin will seize the opportunity, carpe diem, he says, to kill his Terran opponent. Alright, somebody get Kespa on the line. We got some sick-ass match fixing coming in. I don't know. But Kevin Not one to let such transgressions go unpunished. As, once again, he finds himself approaching 200 supply. Rugorp, on the other hand, the Zerg player still has hope. J6, yeah, good luck. Kevin, making sure I'm white, finds himself in an uncomfortable situation. But, Zinzin Dwarf is still in the game. Somehow. Kevin, the people's champion, once again finds himself... Oh, the giraffe migration! It's that time of year. Oh, we don't usually get to see this, but we've caught it on camera for the very first time. The beautiful giraffe migration into mass genocide strategy, as we see from these Zerg players here. Very brutal towards their own race. We don't see this very often. That's just a beautiful sight to catch on camera. Oh, but you got to make sure this is quite graphic. This is nature. And this show is, of course, rated R for wreck. Oh, a couple tanks wreaking a little bit of havoc here. Zinzin Dwarf being cleared out of his secondary main. And I'm white, taking a lot of damage, possibly game-ending damage. He will survive, as he has migrated to that top right quadrant. We see the refugees of the aggression of Kevin and Rugorp establishing themselves in this top right-hand corner. Everybody picking up the scraps of what was left, as Kevin and Rugorp are the real titans left in this game, both nearing 200 supply, while the other players can't put 100 between them. And now the real fight is Terran versus Zerg. Kevin versus the world. And the upgrades on these units, 1-1. Kevin's looking at 3-2 right now, with 2-1 on the tanks. And Rugorp is finding himself contained in his own base. A couple tanks will go down. A little bit of a mistake there out of Kevin. But the refugees, will they have enough time to reestablish themselves? I can't believe we let Kevin into another free-for-all. What has happened? Oh, a little bit of infighting here in between the remaining players. This is actually the last mining command center of Cloudman. A tank gonna be taken out of J6. Just a sad fight in general here, but we see a lot of banelings coming up. Will Kevin be sieged? This is the question. That is a lot of Marines. It's nearly 200 supply for both players. Oh, the tanks will be sieged. They'll be able to take a big volley on everything so far. Kevin not even stimming. Will he be able to take this fight? He stims his Marines. He somersaults forward, and Kevin is looking to eviscerate this entire army, and he's not going to let this slide. He micros away from the corrosive bile. Shit is happening over here. Nobody cares, because Kevin, once again, is pushing forward towards potential ultimate victory as he steps forward over Rugorp, gets out of the corrosive files, and once again, Kevin with the backstab into mass army strategies. Will there be enough? It's 87 versus 131 supply. Oh, all the mutas are evaporating, and Kevin is in a dominant position to be your two-time Super Slam victor. This has never happened before. This has never happened in the history of StarCraft, as Kevin is ransacking the base of his Zerg opponent like he ransacked his teammate. And Teal in the top left-hand corner. Kevin has no mercy. Kevin has no emotion, just victory. And now Kevin is looking to take home a second Super Slam championship. But there's still things happening over here. But why do you just have queens? What is happening up here? If they all allied together, they might be able to